So you're thinking about a move to Kansas City, or maybe you're thinking about moving within the city, but for you, your family, your lifestyle, schools are really important. I have good news for you. I've scoured the internet in search of the absolute best rankings of schools in the Kansas City area, and I am right here to break it down for you today. Let's go. This is not my opinion. This is not my analysis. I am by no means an expert in all things schools, but I do have Google. And I've done the research for you and summarizing it here. I will cite the sources where I got this information so you know and can look it up for yourself to verify. But I'm going to go through the top elementary schools really briefly. I'm going to go through some specific top high schools and then best overall school districts. And you'll definitely see some common threads throughout. Before I get started, don't be afraid to reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk with you about where in Kansas City would be the best spot for you. Go ahead and shoot me an email, write me a text message, give me a call, or leave me a comment. Can't wait to hear from you. All right, let's get started, shall we? Okay, starting with elementary schools. I am using greatschools.org for this list. They have a great schools rating, which is their own algorithm that spits out a ranking on a scale of 1 to 10 for elementary schools. The great thing about greatschools.org is you can sort them not only by their rating, but by just straight up test scores, by equity overview. You can break down test scores like racially into different groups. So, whatever applied to you and your family and your situation, you could dig into the data a little more specifically. I'm going to keep it really generic here and go with the Great Schools ratings. And this is giving me just the top elementary schools in the KC Metro by the Great School rating. The first three I'm going to read off all have a score of 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. Belle Prairie Elementary School is in Kansas City, Missouri, as is Clardy Elementary School, also in KCMO. Those are the top two with the greatschools.org rating. The third one that has an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10 is Shoal Creek Elementary, and it's a KCMO address, but that is in Liberty School District. And that is something I know just because my mother taught there. So I can attest to the quality at this school. And the next ones that I'm going to read off here all have a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. So that was the top 3. I'm just going to read the next 5 on the list that have a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. Kelly Brook Elementary School, also KCMO. Ewing Marion Kaufman Middle School is a charter school, but it also is in KCMO. This one's interesting. Border Star Montessori School actually starts pre-K all the way up to 6th grade. That's on Warnall in Kansas City, Missouri. That's a good area because it's really close to the state line. So if you're someone that works in, say, Overland Park but wants to live on the Missouri side, that would be a good one to look into. Maplewood Elementary is also KCMO, as is Nashua Elementary. So those are some good ones that are really specific to like KCMO and the surrounding areas. Just a starting point. Go to greatschools.org to check out more information on elementary schools. But next we are going to dive into high schools. We are getting this information from usnews.com. They have national rankings as well as regional and city specific. So this is the best high schools in the KCMO area per U.S. News and World Report. Number 1 on the list is Sumner Academy of Arts and Sciences. This is located in Kansas City, Kansas, so on the Kansas side, and it actually is ranked nationally at number 6, the 6th best high school in the country per U.S. World News Report. Their graduation rate is 100%. Their college readiness is 95.4. Has about 850 kids in grades 9 through 12. So this is a really good school to look into. They are, I think if I'm looking into their data right, they're ranked so high because of their international baccalaureate coursework. Number 2, Lincoln College Prep. Same kind of thing, well known for college readiness. This one is located in Kansas City, Missouri. Another great school to prep high school students to get ready for college. Number 3 is Blue Valley North High School. You will be hearing the name Blue Valley a lot throughout the rest of this video. Number 4 is Blue Valley West High School. Number 5 is Blue Valley Northwest High School. So 3 out of the 4 Blue Valley high schools are checking in number 3, 4, and 5. Blue Valley School District ranks highly on any list you can find. However you slice the data, it's a highly ranked school district. Number 6 is Olathe Northwest High School, also out in the same area on the Kansas side of the city. Shawnee Mission East checks in at number 7. That is on the Kansas side. It's a little closer in towards the state line, I guess you could say. And then number 8 is Blue Valley High, rounding out the Blue Valley schools. There is a school, one more high school that is not on the list, but it's newer. I'm guessing that's why. Number 9 is Park Hill High School. That's not one we've talked about. That's a good school if you kind of like a smaller town feel, but still really close to the city. And then number 10, same situation, is Staley High School. That is a part of North Kansas City Schools. So a lot of Johnson County, Kansas representation and a lot of Northland representation on the U.S. News and World Report's high school ranking list. Rounding it out with best overall school districts, I'm going to go with the top 10, and this information is coming from niche.com. Niche? I feel like I'm always saying the word wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's niche. I don't know. Comment. Tell me. It's like gyro. It's kind of the same situation, you know? I just think whatever you say is good. Anyways, this website's awesome. They have all kinds of information in here, and like the first one I talked about, you can really slice the data however what's important to you in your situation. So this one's cool. You can sort it by specialty, by they grade each school on academics, teachers, diversity, sports. So you can sort by what values you really hold dear. So this is just kind of weighing in all of those different factors. They also do weigh reviews in to all of their calculations as well. There's a good number of reviews on each of these school districts. So no surprise here. Number 1 on this list is Blue Valley School District. This is in Overland Park and a little bit of surrounding areas. These schools are very well known, have great reputations from high school all the way down to kindergarten. Number 2 is Blue Springs School District. This is a good one if you would like to be out on the east side of the city, on the Missouri side. Number 3 is DeSoto, this is a really good one if you like the real small town feel. There's definitely some rural areas that are pulled into this school district. It's on the Kansas side, kind of if you're familiar, so looking at a map, it's to the west, slightly north of KC. So number 3, DeSoto. Number 4 is Lee Summit School District. This is a suburb south of Kansas City that is really booming and growing. These, again, schools have a great reputation. They have an A+ grade, as do all of the ones I've already listed. These are all A+ schools per niche.com. Number 5, we drop down to an A. So still excellent, just not an A+. This is Liberty School District. So this is a growing suburb as well. This is north of Kansas City. It is a good district. Was once a small town and not so much anymore. But lots of suburbia, new construction, things like that up in Liberty. Number 6 is Olathe Public Schools. Their high schools were well represented on the U.S. World News Report on high schools. So no surprise to see Olathe on this list as well. Number 7 is Park Hill School District. Again, we've heard that name before. This is also up north. This is a good one if you want to be really close to KCMO, but still kind of a suburb. And you can kind of get the small town feel. Park Hill has a lot going for it. A lot of different interesting aspects up there. Number 8 is Shawnee Mission School District. Again, a name we've heard. This is on the Kansas side, Shawnee Mission, Kansas, and they do have highly ranked high schools as well. Number 9 is North Kansas City School District. North KC is different from Kansas City, Missouri, even though they're touching and have very similar names. But North Kansas City School District had a couple of high schools on that list that we looked at last. So rounding out the list at number 10 is Grain Valley School District. So this is kind of like DeSoto in that it's more of a small town feel. Grain Valley, though, is growing so fast. It is a lot of new construction, so it's feeling more like suburbia and less like small town. But that's another good option if you want more of the small town feel on the Missouri side. So this was a lot of rambling in this video, but it's hard data information from some really great resources that I hope is helpful to you as you kind of think about your next move. So I would love to walk you through that. Of course, I'm a real estate agent. I don't specialize in schools, but as you continue to do your research and pick out an area that you think suits you, if the schools play a role in that, great. I'm happy to accommodate that and help you find a house that would fit your big plan as well. Can't wait to connect. Talk to you soon. See you next time.